Imagine a quaint street lined with modest houses, each with a small front garden and a worn but welcoming door. This was the typical British street in 1950. Bicycles leaned against the walls, children's toys scattered on the pavement, and the air filled with the scent of freshly cut grass and blooming flowers. Life had slowly begun to return to normal after the tumultuous years of the Second World War, but the scars of the past still lingered in the hearts and minds of the people. Stepping inside a typical home, you'd be greeted by a dimly lit hallway, often shared by the family of 5 or 6. The air would be filled with the aroma of brewing tea, a constant companion in these households. To the left might be the living room, sparsely furnished with a radio, a coal-burning fire, and a well-worn sofa. The flickering light of the fire dancing on the walls, casting long shadows that stretched and warped with the flames. This room was the heart of the home, where families gathered in the evenings to share stories and laughter, their voices echoing in the small space. The kitchen was the soul of the house, its worn wooden table a testament to countless family meals. The walls might be adorned with floral wallpaper, faded with time, and the cupboards were often bare. Yet resourceful housewives made the most with what they had. On the countertop, a chipped tea set rested beside a loaf of freshly baked bread, its aroma mingling with the sounds of pots and pans. The rhythmic clatter of cutlery on ceramic surfaces became a familiar symphony, a melody of daily life. At the far end, the bathroom awaited, a utilitarian space with a tin bath resting on a rack. Water might have flowed from a single tap, heated by the boiler in the kitchen. For the children, bath time was an adventure, a ritual filled with splashing and giggles that echoed through the house. Upstairs, the bedrooms offered a glimpse into the lives of the family members. In the parents' room, a double bed might have been tucked into a corner, its floral bedspread a splash of color amidst the otherwise drab surroundings on the bedside table. A couple of chipped cups held remnants of their morning tea, their silent companions. The children's room was a kaleidoscope of dreams, with bunk beds stacked to accommodate siblings and wardrobes filled with hand-me-down clothes. Toys lay scattered on the floor, whispering tales of imaginary adventures. Sunlight streamed through the window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air, painting fleeting patterns on the worn carpet below. Life in 1950s Britain was not without its challenges. Rationing, introduced during the war years, had only recently ended, leaving its mark on the availability and affordability of goods. Families had grown accustomed to making do with what they had, mending and reusing items rather than discarding them. The legacy of the war was deeply ingrained in their daily lives. Men and women bore the physical and emotional wounds of their experiences, and the specter of conflict loomed large in their memories. Yet amidst these hardships, there was a glimmer of hope. The end of rationing symbolized a step towards normalcy, a chance to rebuild and move forward. The British people, resilient and determined, were eager to put the horrors of the war behind them and embrace the promise of a new era. They drew strength from their shared experiences, their sense of community, and their unwavering spirit. As the 1950s dawned, Britain stood at a pivotal moment in its history. The scars of war were still raw, but the people were resolute in their determination to heal and rebuild. Their courage, resilience, and unyielding spirit became the bedrock upon which they began to piece together the fragments of their lives. They yearned for a brighter future, one that promised peace, prosperity, and the chance to create new memories in a world forever changed by conflict. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've done a lot of videos about the 1950s, and we'll continue to do more. And if you haven't subscribed yet, remember to subscribe. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. We'll see you next time. Bye. After the devastation of the Second World War, Britain began the slow and difficult task of rebuilding its cities and its life. But even in the midst of bombed-out buildings and rubble, hope was not lost. The early 1950s brought a surge of optimism and the beginning of a new era. Today, we invite you to step back in time and experience Britain in the early 1950s. As you wander through the streets, you'll see the scars of war still evident in the bombed-out buildings that lined the landscape. The sound of hammers and the rumble of trucks filled the air as construction workers worked tirelessly to rebuild homes and businesses. New council housing appears slowly, offering shelter to families who have lost their homes during the war. It's a symbol of hope amidst the ruins, but life goes on. You'll see children playing on the streets, their laughter echoing in the empty spaces. They're too young to remember the war, and their innocence is a reminder of the world that must be rebuilt for them. As you stroll down the street, you'll notice small luxuries returning to everyday life. A sweet shop reopens its doors, offering a tempting display of sweets that bring back childhood memories. Further down, a dress shop showcases new styles, and women patiently queue to try on the latest fashions. It's a small pleasure, but in the post-war austerity it feels like a major event. The people of Britain have endured years of hardship, but they've done so with dignity and patience. They stand in queues, waiting for their turn, never complaining. In this close-knit community, everyone looks out for one another. Neighbors help one another, sharing meals, clothes, and stories. The strong sense of community is what pulls them through these tough times. Walking further, you come across a house with a neat row of vegetables growing in the backyard. The woman tending the garden proudly shows off her homegrown produce. Food is still rationed, but people are getting creative. They grow their own vegetables in window boxes and make do with what they can find. Children play with toys made from scrap wood and fabric, their imaginations transforming discarded materials into treasures. It's a testament to the human spirit and resourcefulness. Inside a home, a family is preparing for a birthday celebration. The table is set with a simple cake adorned with candles, and handmade decorations add a festive touch to the room. Music fills the air, and people of all ages are tapping their feet to the rhythm. Swing and jazz are popular, and the dance halls are filled with couples enjoying an evening of music and romance. For a few hours, they forget their worries and simply live in the moment. The people of Britain in the early 1950s are a resilient and hopeful bunch. They've seen the worst of times, but they're determined to rebuild their lives and their country. They take the small joys in life, appreciate the simple pleasures, and look forward to a brighter future. While the road ahead is long and arduous, they face it together, drawing strength from their shared experiences and the belief in a better tomorrow. As you continue your journey through the streets of Britain in the early 1950s, you can't help but be struck by the sense of hope that permeates the air. Despite the challenges they face, the people of Britain are slowly learning to dream again. They're planning for the future, investing in education, starting families, and building new homes. The spirit of rebuilding is evident everywhere, and it gives you hope for the future of this great nation. We hope you enjoyed this journey back in time to the early 1950s in the UK. Don't forget to like this video if you did. Subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon, and share it with your friends. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please comment below. And for more nostalgic stories, visit our channel fully. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.